What's up everybody, and welcome to today's video. I am aware I'm not in my usual surrounding, but I had to give a talk yesterday at an academy where people learn about plant-based cooking. Raw vegan cuisine actually was really interesting. So I had to give a talk about ethical veganism and the importance of being an activist. So for that I had to come to another city where I am right now, so I don't have my usual room to film, and I decided to go on a walk in this beautiful place. It's so gorgeous here, just like around 7 a.m. filming, and I decided I'll share with you all the vegan news. So, just gotta be careful here. It's quite a slippery road, it's in the middle of the rice fields. So yeah, a lot of things happened this week, and some bad things, but mostly good things as far as I'm aware. So let's get started with all the news. So I actually have all the news on my phone, and I'm gonna be reading there since I can't really use my laptop. Let's actually start with the bad news. The strong global domestic demand provides a bright spot for US grain. So what's been happening is that the global consumption of meat is on the rise, and the USDA says that their production of meat has risen around 4% every single year, and this is mostly because of developing countries. So what's happening is, even though the vegan movement is growing in some countries, in other countries that are developing countries, the consumption of meat products is growing. So what companies are doing are, instead of producing less meat, they're still producing sometimes the same amount or even more, but shipping it instead to other countries. So to explain better, the US livestock sector is poised to expand to meet growing demand for meat. During the next decade, the industry will be a key driver for corn and soybean demand. This is not nice. So, the next bad news. Modi's new mission propel livestock production to increase India's GDP. I'm gonna interrupt the bad news for... Hello. What's up? How's it going? So cute, so beautiful, this dog. So yeah, back to the bad news. Modi's new mission, propel livestock production to increase India's GDP. The government estimates that in the next 5 years, livestock farmers will not only save losses, but will increase their income 4 times. So basically the Prime Minister of India has a plan of making India's economy worth $5 trillion by 2024, and a part of that is to help farmers, animal farmers, to get some income in return. This is obviously very upsetting. Actually, yesterday after I gave the talk, there were quite a few Indian vegans actually at the talk, and a lot of them talked how weird it is in their country for them to communicate with people about veganism, because in Indian culture animals are worshipped, especially cows, and they have all these horrible industries. But of course, they're not the only ones who have them. Like, it's all over the world, so it's not their fault. It's not like they are necessarily evil, but they were just talking about the disconnect that exists in their culture as well. So for the Prime Minister to decide to push livestock forward to make money, not good, especially for a country as big as India. They do have a huge population, so I hope this isn't gonna be teamed up with the propaganda that they're probably gonna push, so that people start buying more animal products. So the next bad news: world's top online brand in fresh fish and meat to expand in UAE. So apparently there's a business where they provide you with fish. I think they do it already in India every single day to 700,000 people, and the business model has been working so well that they are going to start doing the same thing in the UAE, which is the United Arab Emirates. For those of you who don't know, that's the country where Dubai and Abu Dhabi are. I gotta stop every now and then because there's a lot of farmers going up and down the road on their bike. So let's start with the good news right now. Sainsbury's becomes first UK supermarket to stop yelling fireworks. So apparently the real reason why they stopped selling the fireworks is not really officially shared yet, but a lot of people are happy about this because fireworks do cause a lot of anxiety and fear, especially with animals, not only kids. Actually, a lot of dogs have heart attacks when there's fireworks. So if you are someone who cares about animals, who cares about dogs, just don't do fireworks. It's just not worth it. Celebrate in another way. So the next good news: Oprah urges everyone to eat at least one plant-based meal a day. So obviously she's not talking about veganism in itself, but Oprah made this video where she was like, you know what, how about all of us, we eat at least one vegan meal a day. Now, is that really an animal rights related thing? No. Is it gonna have a good effect on the animals, on the environment? Yes. So I consider that as good news. She called it the OMD plan, one meal a day. I think she started a hashtag or something on it. So she's basically encouraging her millions of followers to eat one plant-based meal a day, and that's really great. So the next one might make some of you think, why is this in the good news? But we'll see why. Undercover footage reveals terrible animal suffering in German lab. So actually this week a lot of videos and photos went viral of animal testing from German labs, and obviously it's a horrible thing and the footage is horrible, but it's a good thing that it came out because it makes people realize how much suffering they are funding and how much suffering they are causing by not choosing vegan and cruelty-free products. So all you have to do, instead of like picking up, oh, there's a dead snake. All you have to do, instead of picking up a shampoo that is tested on animals, is pick up a shampoo that is not tested on animals. That is literally it. You want makeup? Go for it. Just get the ones that are not tested on animals. It's as simple as that. And if you don't agree with me, go watch the footage, see what they do to animals, and then listen to your heart. Alright, I actually really like the next one I'm going to share with you. Brave new advert from Tesco features girl saying she won't eat animals. So I actually watched this advertisement and it's absolutely amazing. It's basically a father coming home and I think he's cooking, and then the girl goes like, Daddy, I don't want to eat animals. And then they talk about their new plant-based meals, like I think plant-based sausages or something like that. And I think it's so great for Tesco. It's a huge supermarket chain, for those of you who don't know, in the UK. To share something like that, not only is it great, but what happened in the video, the girl says, I don't want to eat animals. She doesn't say I don't want to eat meat. She doesn't say I don't want to eat chicken. She just says I don't want to eat animals. And that's really good because they're not using the euphemisms, you know? They're not using a word that disconnects the animal from the food. It's an animal, it's not just food. So that is really well played by Tesco. So the next one gets even better. California becomes first state to ban fur sales under new laws. So they finally banned the sale of new fur in California. Apparently it is new fur. Apparently it might mean that it can still be sold as second-hand, but the fact that you can't sell it anymore as a new product officially by law is really great. And I hope you can see more bans on more animal products step by step. The next one is one of my favorites this week, just because I really appreciate great initiatives that are done by vegan companies. Vegan brand donates 5,000 plant-based burgers to help feed homeless. How great is that? So this vegan brand is called Fry Family Foods, and they decided that it is important to take care of communities, and they did this in Southern California. And I think it's an amazing initiative showing that veganism is also important for all people, no matter what class they come from. And they also said ensuring that every person in Southern California has access to a healthy meal is of paramount importance. You know, they're talking not only of the fact that these people don't have money, they're homeless, they're also talking about the fact that this is about them having a healthy meal, you know. Most people can't afford a healthy meal, and for a company to come out of their way to do something like this and give a healthy meal to homeless people, I think it's absolutely amazing. And I hope more and more vegan companies start taking steps like this to help the homeless, to help those who can't really afford buying the food that we wish everybody could afford. Alright, another news involving universities banning meat. This time it's Helsinki University. They banned the sales of meat for environmental reasons, and they're aiming at selling more of the vegetarian and vegan meals instead. This is just so great. Like, universities are where the next generation are getting educated, and for them to realize that meat is so bad that it's literally getting like banned to be sold at a university is so great, because they're gonna come out of the university like knowing that, okay, meat equals environmental destruction. hopefully we could also get universities doing this for ethical reasons. But you know what, in the environment is also the place where some animals live, so for me it is also an ethical issue, and yeah, I'm really happy they did that. So, talking about fur in California, Slovakia has passed a ban on fur farming. They currently have 1 mink fur farm and 8 rabbit fur farms, and they just banned farming fur. It's gonna be into effect in 2021, so there's still 2 years left. I wish they could just ban it like on the spot and close down these hell businesses. I don't even know what to call it. Like, how evil is it to literally bring someone into existence, to rip their skin off and sell it for money? Like, anyway, let's celebrate the fact that they just banned fur farming. And the last good news was Animal Rebellion's action this week outside of London, 90 minutes outside of London. They peacefully entered the slaughterhouse and they did a lockdown, so they glued themselves to parts of the slaughterhouses, the door and things like that, the gate. A lot of them used U-locks to lock themselves onto the trucks, and they had to obviously stop everything that was happening and call the police, and they were there for many hours chanting. I think 16 of them got arrested, and obviously it was all over the news, and I'm so happy that such like direct action, that non-violent direct action is taking place to raise awareness about what's happening to the animals. And we're actually showing, like, listen, this is a justice issue. If you want to talk about justice, if you actually care about animals, you have to do something about it, and we are ready to get arrested for it. Obviously, getting arrested is not a nice thing. I hope no one who was arrested went through a hard time, and that I hope it will never affect their life in any way. Although I personally wouldn't want to get arrested in the UK, because I'll probably be banned for life. But anyway, good job on you, everyone who took part in that action, whether you got arrested or not. If you're a part of it, thank you so much for doing it for the animals. So yeah, thanks again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you want to share anything. Always give me feedback. I'm always open to hear from you what you think about these videos. If you want me to share something specific, let me know as well. Check me out on Instagram as well, SEBALEX. And if you want to support my work, you can always check out my Patreon or buy something off my online shop, ethicsOverhabits.com. That is what helps me a lot actually, so I really appreciate every single one of you who has helped me so far. Thanks again, I'll see you next week.